the interesting thing about this building is we've come up with a design which includes insulation for the floor and the walls and the roof. And just by simply insulating those 3 areas, we reduced our energy use by 50%. That's a huge saving. So here on the floors, we've used effectively an old Roman system, which uses pumice and a marine aggregate clay, which we lay on the floor in thicknesses of about 300 mil. And then on the walls, we've used sheep's wool. When you've got paperweights on your paper to stop the air conditioning suddenly clicking. And I think there'll be a lot going on in Oxford, because obviously there's many houses in this sort of small area. So we thought, well, in some ways this weekend will probably be quite quiet for us. But we did do another house in London, people through on the weekend. I mean, normally what happens is we have a fire on all evening, and because it's thermal mass here and it's super insulated.
I've just bought a new flat and I'm planning to renovate it and do it in an environmentally friendly way as possible. So it's just finding out information about how to do it and seeing things as well, seeing how other people are doing it.
Yes, I think that's absolutely true, and it's true for me too, although I think I'm much more of a novice to this kind of area. It's quite, it's inspirational in many ways, I think.
But it doesn't seem as bad as the window over there.
So the walls.
Now that's interesting, because that's a solid wall again with no insulation, obviously, because it's the internal wall. So we just basically directly plastered over that.
And there's a little bit of heat loss around the bottom of the window, which I think is probably just where the window opens to be a little bit of infiltration. Can you see these slight black lines? And then mostly up through the window, the temperature seems relatively sort of steady, cooler than the rest of the wall because of course it's much thinner.
But the other thing with the heat pump is you must think about where you're getting that direction of energy. Yeah, sorry, I just said that to you. Yeah, that's what I'm repeating myself.
Yes, I take the point, yes.
Putting something on the outside to insulate.
So we're getting the temperature differential between, and so it's cooler inside than it is in the sun space. So it gets pretty fierce in there sometimes. So that's the house heating and hot water system. When it's sunny in the summer, particularly because it gets hot enough and sunny enough, and we've got hot water from those and electricity from those, we do wash after wash after wash, because we have a washing machine that will take the hot water directly without heating it itself, and it'll be having the electricity directly from those. So we're doing free washing, which is energy-free washing, which is just great. And then we dry it outside. Obviously, we don't tumble dry at all. Just by where you're standing is where it flows out. Okay, so it draws in and then it flows out.
Is there any reason why this couldn't work at a larger scale, on like a neighbourhood community scale, for this whole row of houses, or even more?
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
A lean mix of sand and cement, that will heat up pretty quickly. But if you're heating a huge great mass, obviously.
The cost is certainly an issue for us, which is one of the reasons why we've decided to not use any sort of solar heating route, because really when it comes to trying to do an eco-refurbishment, the priority should be on minimising heat loss. So at the moment the thing we're really focusing on will be on insulation.